Hello friends and welcome back. This video is titled Little Girl Bullied, Then Bikers Arrive. Can you guess where this one is heading? Tears streamed down her mother's face as the men got close to her. The largest of the bikers bent down and took a helmet out for her to wear. Then it was clear what they were about to do to her. She lived in Ohio with her mother and went to school every day. She would wait for the school bus to pick her up and take her to school. She was supposed to be a happy, ordinary 7-year-old. But things were a little more complicated than that. She had a problem at school. And just when she thought that the solution to her problem was at hand, things got a lot more complicated for her. Jennifer Miller is a 7-year-old girl that had a passion for bikes. She really loved going out on the bicycle that her mother bought for her. She even started taking an interest in motorcycles. There was a local motorcycle club that rode through the neighborhood. Not much was known about anyone who wasn't part of the club. But one day, Jennifer would make the mistake of getting too close to them. Jennifer had a problem at school, and soon even her mother would notice. She would come home from school with a frown instead of her normal smile. She would go straight to her room once she got home. This was definitely out of the ordinary. The girl was normally full of life, but now she seemed so sad. Her mother grew concerned, but when she finally got the answers she wanted, she couldn't believe what was going on. Jennifer's mother asked her what was going on. She meekly replied, "Kids are picking on me." She couldn't believe what she was hearing. She needed to try and help her child, but she didn't know what to do. Before we continue, if you like this video, please like or subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now back to the video. But then a thought occurred to her. She could try to reach out to the community to try and help her daughter. But she would realize that she called the wrong people to help her daughter, and it would end in tears. Hating to see her daughter that way, she could only think of one thing: she needed to reach out and seek help. Thinking of her daughter's passion for bikes, she thought of a good number to call. She took out her phone and looked up their number. Then she dialed it and waited for them to pick it up. She had no idea what events she was setting in motion. Jennifer's mother got into contact with the notorious biker gang from their neighborhood. She had heard a lot about modern biker gangs being good and charitable organizations. She thought that maybe they could do something. But in fact, she had no idea what she was dealing with. And that the organization she had just called was very different from what she expected. Things would never be the same once she made the call. The bikers told her mother that they were more than happy to help. But after getting her address, they hung up the phone without planning anything else. She didn't think too much about it, but she should have. The next day, Jennifer was playing outside on her favorite bicycle. Her mother loved watching through the window as she played on the sidewalk, brought her a lot of joy. But then she heard the sounds of engines. Jennifer was having the time of her life. She loved to play on the sidewalk with her bicycle before her school bus arrived. But today was a little different. As she kept playing, she heard the roaring thunder of bikes. She loved the low rumble they made, and every time somebody drove past on a motorcycle, she would smile and wave. But today, she had no idea what was coming her way, and that she wouldn't make it on the bus that morning. The sound got louder and louder. It was definitely a noise that was never heard in the quiet suburbs where Jennifer lived. As the thunderous sound of engines reached a climax, Jennifer saw a dozen or more bikers arrive. They surrounded her without warning. She hopped off her bike and stared in awe. They stopped to look at her. They knew they had the right address, but no one knew what they were about to do to her. Jennifer's mother ran out to confront the men, but she had no idea what was about to happen. The bikers greeted her and explained themselves. They came to surprise Jennifer before school. They wanted to not only show her their motorcycles, but also wanted to make sure she was never bullied again, so they had a special surprise for her. They even had a small motorcycle jacket that would fit her perfectly. But that didn't explain the helmet. What plans did they have for her daughter? They further explained that they wanted to make sure that Jennifer made an entrance that would make sure no one would ever bully her again. They wanted to give her a lift to school. With an entire convoy of bikers, they were sure that the bullies would think twice about picking on Jennifer, knowing she had friends in high places. With a helmet placed on her head and her jacket on, they lifted Jennifer on the back of one of the motorcycles, and with the permission of her mother, they rode off towards her school. Jennifer had no idea that she wouldn't be taking the bus that morning, but she was ecstatic. They were extremely friendly to her and assured her that she would never be bullied again. 10 minutes later, the revs of the bikes were heard at the school playground. All of the faculty turned their attention to see what was going on. Jennifer was not only dropped off by the bikers, but they decided to visit her during recess too. They stuck around to keep Jennifer company and even pushed her on the playground swing. With all of her old bullies watching, they knew that she had friends in high places. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.